October, November 2015, we can see that question 2 is looking at Sarah and Maria, and they're members of Santa Maria. We're looking at a close corporation. So a CC is probably as close as you can get to your FAC1601 work in terms of a sole proprietor. Because am I going to show members' salaries in the statement of comprehensive income?
Member salaries, yes.
Yes, you will. Will I show loans to and loans from members as loans to and loans from members?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so what you need to remember here is, in terms of approach, everything for a CC is separate, because will the CC continue to operate in the future?
Yes, it will.
Yes, it will. Okay, this CC can survive for a lot longer than any of the members. And even if the members change, the CC can still continue. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes, it does.
See, that's theory. Okay, so that's the only theory that I want to revise for this particular section. Okay, because obviously we've covered that before. There's not a lot of unique theory that comes up here. The only thing unique here is the loans to and loans from. That's it. The rest is pretty straightforward. It's your FAC1601 adjustments and so on. Right, so now a question like this is where you can really score. Okay, because there's such a lot of easy marks in the question. All you need to do is literally identify what the accounts are and know where to put them. Do you agree?
Yes.
Okay, so we've been looking at this template for a lot now. Okay, a long time. We've had a lot of different questions. So I've just put it here: sales, cost of sales, gross profit, other income, other expenses. Okay, then profit for tax, income tax, profit for the year. Again, revision. Okay, in terms of theory.
Yes.
Tax is an expense that close corporations and companies need to pay for. So you will see a line item here: profit before tax, profit after tax, or profit for the year.
Yeah.
How do I provide for it? I debit the tax and I credit the SARS tax liability.
Yeah.
That's if I'm owing tax. Tax liability. Liability, that's right. Okay, that's if you're going to be paying tax in terms of this is how much I owe, and then later I'll pay off the liability. Then I'll obviously debit the SARS liability and credit the bank. That's if I pay. Right, the SARS tax liability is a liability and the tax is an expense. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay, great. Right, so now we need to go back to the question. And we need to go down the list. Notice, I'm not even going to look at the dish information. I'm going to start with the balances. What I am going to look at, though, is the required. Okay, what do they want us to do?
Prepare the statement of profit and loss and other comprehensive income for Santana Manor CC for the year ended.
Okay, so I'm going to be looking at income and expenses. That's it.
Yes.
Do you agree?
Yes.
And this is for 30 September 2015. Am I going to look at things like assets and liabilities?
No.
No. Am I going to look at capital and drawings?
No.
No. I'm just going to focus on this.
Yes.
Okay, go down the list. Tell me what we've got.
Members' contribution. You need?
No, I don't. What is members' contribution?
Isn't that how much the members contribute to the company?
Which is what type of account?
Capital.
Yes. Am I dealing with capital here?
No.
Not for the statement of comprehensive income.
Yes.
Okay, see, focus on what is being asked for, because it's so easy to try and draw up a statement of changes in equity. And you can, but you're not going to get any marks for doing it. Alright, so you need to be very selective when you approach exam papers. That's why I'm revising as we go, so that you can see that the focus is on this, income and expenses. So don't worry about anything other than income and expenses.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
Loan from Sarah. You're
What
gonna
is
have to
it?
You're gonna have to know it.
Loan from is what?
Liability.
Do I need it?
No.
No. Next.
SARS. You're gonna need it
Why?
because it's gonna have to ask about the profit of the year and the tax.
Okay, good. Okay, so have a look at brackets. It says SARS debit. What does that mean?
It means it's increasing.
It means it's an expense.
Yes.
See, always take it back to basics.
Yeah.
What is it? It's an expense. Do I need it?
Yes.
So get your easy mark for showing it. Income tax here at the bottom. I'm going to really get a mark by showing 10,400 as an opening balance.
Yes.
Got that?
Sorry. Okay, I just need to carry on.
Is that okay?
Yes, I'm just writing the points.
Yeah, we're just creating the statement of comprehensive income. Okay, so I'm just using the template that we've used before. I'm obviously just filling in the tax figure here because I've read it in the question.
Yeah, I just income tax. Income tax. Okay. Yes.
Right, now what?
Now we have to go to allowances for credit losses.
Which is what?
It's a negative asset.
Don't need it. Next.
Inventory, it's an asset. Current asset.
It is a current asset. Next.
Long-term loan, it's a non-current liability.
Good. Do I need it?
No.
Next.
Accrued expenses is expenses.
No. Accrued expenses aren't expenses.
Liability.
Yes. Accrued means you haven't paid it.
Paid it.
Okay, so that's a liability. I don't put that in the expenses.
Yes.
Prepaid?
Prepaid, you've already paid it. So it's an asset.
Good. Don't need it.
Sales, you need it as income.
There we go. Let's get the mark.
It is 1,080,000.
Good.
Wait,
Next.
am I on the right one? It is, hey. Yeah. Okay. I just need to write that in. 108. 3. Okay. Purchases is expense.
Good. What else should you be thinking about when you see this?
Periodic or perpetual?
Good. Which one? Periodic. Okay, very important that you identify that as being periodic. Why? If it's periodic, what must I do with it?
It is periodic.
Yes, so what must I do with it?
You need the cost of sales formula.
Exactly. Okay, so all I need to do is just take this through to cost of sales.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
What is the cost of sales calculation? Do you remember?
It's opening sales.
Not opening sales.
Cost of sales. Opening stock. Stock.
Add.
Purchases.
What else?
Minus purchases returns.
What else?
Plus transportation.
Yes. Other costs?
Yeah. Minus closing stock.
Correct. Good. Okay, perfect. So, do I now need inventory? Yes. It's important because of those two line items. Only because of those two line items.
Yes.
Okay, so normally you don't look at assets and liabilities. Only for this one will I, because I need to know what the opening and closing stock is if I want to get my cost of sales. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so now we need to go back and say, well, there's inventory. What is this representing? Opening or closing stock?
Opening.
No.
Closing.
Why?
Because it's year ended.
It's at year end, yes. Be careful. How much was it? 120, right? Let's insert.
Yes.
Make sense?
Yes.
Next. What's next?
Delivery expenses.
In respect of sales. So where's this going to go?
It's going to go in the formula.
Which one?
The periodic formula.
No. Okay, this is in respect of sales, not in respect
Oh, then it's going to be on the cost of sales.
It won't be cost of sales. It's in respect of sales.
So then you're just going to minus it from the sales.
No, you don't. You would show it as an other expense, delivery expenses.
Okay.
9840. Okay, what's next?
Depreciation.
What is it?
It's the expense.
Where does it go? Comprehensive income.
Expenses.
Okay, what's next?
Rental income, other income.
Good. How much?
10,900.
Next.
Sales returns.
What is it?
It's expense.
Good, but it's netted off against the sales. So minus the sales. How much was it?
38,000.
Next.
Purchases returns. That's expense.
But it's a special expense. Where does it go?
Minus from the sales.
No.
Oh.
Purchases returns are used to calculate what?
So is it income?
It's not. Well, it's kind of like income because it's a return and a purchase would be the expense. But it relates to what?
Cost of sales calculation.
Yes. So, minus purchases returns here, right?
Yes.
How much?
It is 10,900.
You sure about that?
Wait, it's 38,000.
No, it can't be 38.
It is. Sales returns 38.
8,300.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Okay. Yeah, be careful when you're posting, especially when it's like this. You need to use a ruler just to make sure you're not posting the incorrect figures. Otherwise, you lose easy marks just because of not reading it correctly, and that's problematic.
Yes.
Just be careful. I mean, it's fine now because this isn't the exam, but be careful that you don't make the same mistakes.
Yes.
Use the right figures. Okay, next.
Salaries and wages.
What is it?
Expense.
Good. How much?
472,820.
Good. Next.
Land and buildings you don't need, it's an asset.
Good.
Debtors control you don't need, it's an asset. Interest on loan from member, that's expense.
Good. How much?
4,000.
Okay, next.
Telephone expense is expense, it's 12,800.
Good.
Stationery consumed is expense 6,600.
Next.
Water and electricity is expense 14,300. Insurance is expense
Good.
7,800. Advertising expense is expense 8,600.
Anything else?
No.
Is that it? Okay, that's it. So you've gone down the entire list. See, those are all easy marks. Right, so you need to pick and choose what amounts do I include and what amounts don't I. That's the first thing. Makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay, now we need to look at point by point. Is point 2.1 important?
Inventory on hand on the 1st of... No, because that's assets.
It's an asset, but what does it relate to?
Oh, the sales.
Yes, don't forget, you need opening and closing stock. What stock do I have here? The opening.
Opening.
Exactly. Right, 46,000. I didn't put in the purchases amount there. We read it, I didn't put it in. We need to go back and check. What is the amount? Purchases. Where's purchases? Here's it.
It's 398,000.
Yeah, we spoke about it. We forgot to put it in. So let me just put it in. 398,123, which came from the trial balance. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Great. Next. What do I do with 2.2? You tell me.
2.2. Interest for the current year on the long-term loan from Third National Bank at 15% per annum must be still October 2013 and secured by the long-term loan is repayable in full for installments as from the 1st of October 2015.
Thoughts?
You're going to have to work up the interest on the current year loan.
Very good. Okay, why?
Because it states you have to pay back 15% per annum on the loan.
Exactly.
So,
okay, perfect. So do I need all of this other stuff? Repayable, 4 installments, all of this?
no.
Why not? Because that's disclosure for the statement of financial position.
Yeah.
Okay, so only look at what you need. Okay, my question here would have been, am I going to affect an income or an expense account? If the answer is yes, I'm going to do a calculation. Do you agree?
Yes.
Okay, so how much interest am I going to have? Well, let's work it out. You work it out. You tell me what the figures are. Remember, you don't have a full year. Do you agree?
Yes.
Okay, so where am I going to start?
From the time you took out the loan.
Good, which is when?
1st of October.
Good.
2015.
So 1st October to what date?
It doesn't state. It just says.
No, year end. What's year end?
Oh, the 30th of September.
Good. Is that a full year?
Yes.
Good. So how much interest do I have?
15%.
Of?
Of 4,000.
No, you need to look for your loan figure. Ooh, be careful. Interest is calculated on what? The principal, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what am I looking at here? The long-term loan. So where's the long-term loan? There's the long-term loan.
Yeah.
224, right?
Yes.
How do I work out interest? It's 224,000 times 15%, which is the principal, times rate times time, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So is this going to be something that I need to account for? Yes. If I take principal times rate times time, I'm going to get the interest on the loan. Let's put that in. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay, 224,000 times 15% is what I'm going to show here. 224000 times 15% is 33600. Happy?
Yes.
Okay, what's next?
Mr. Obas, debtor who owes Santa Maria CC 6000 was declared insolvent and his debt must be written off.
So what do we do?
You have to write it off.
What do we call bad debt that's written off?
Insolvent.
Credit losses.
Oh, okay.
Okay, where do we put it?
Under expenses.
Correct. $6,000, right? Okay, what's next?
The allowance for credit losses must be adjusted to 7,000.
Hey,
So
what
you
am I
just
going
add
to
1,000. You have to just add 1,000.
Just add 1,000. No, you can't. This is a credit loss. That's not an allowance.
Okay.
What is the allowance? Look at the question. There's it.
Yeah.
How much
It's
is the
4.
allowance?
You must increase it by 3,000.
You need to increase it by 3,000. That's better. Okay, so how do I increase an allowance by 3,000? I debit the credit losses and I credit the allowance. Do you agree?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so 7,000 minus 4,000, which is what I saw here, the difference is 3. So am I going to increase or decrease the credit losses? I'm going to increase the credit losses. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay, what's next?
The loan from Sarah was obtained on the 1st of October 2014 and bears interest at a rate of 10% per annum. The loan is repayable in 5 equal installments as from the 1st of November 2015.
What am I going to do?
You're going to have to work out the interest on her loan.
Correct. Okay, so how much does Sarah have as a loan? 100,000, right?
Yes.
Okay, how much interest is she getting charged?
15%. Oh, 10%.
Okay, if it's 10%, how many months does she have the loan for?
What's this? 1st of October, and then obviously till the 30th of September.
Good, which is a full year, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what is 10% of 100,000?
It's 10,000.
Yes, what are you currently showing?
For the loan, it is 10,800.
No, you're currently showing 4,000. Didn't we record interest on loan from members?
Oh, there. Sorry, right there. Sorry, I was looking at the long-term loan.
Okay, yeah, no, you can't look at that one because that was the long-term loan. This is Sarah's
Yeah.
loan.
Yes.
Okay, so must I adjust? Yes, I must. I need to add 6 to make it 10,000. Makes sense?
Yes.
Okay, next.
Insurance expenses included an amount of 600 relating to the insurance premium for October 2015. Include an amount. So you're going to have to say it's an expense. So you have to add 600.
Do I need to add?
We'll include it.
What month was this for?
October 2015.
Which is outside or inside the financial year? Outside or inside the financial year? Brogan, outside or inside the financial year?
It's outside the financial year.
So?
You have to take that amount off.
Yes, because this is what? What type of adjustment is this? Prepaid expense.
Yes.
Okay, see, these are basics that you need to be familiar with. Okay, that's an easy mark. You just need to think about it. Prepaid, meaning too high. If it's too high, take it out. 600 needs to come out of where? The insurance. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Minus 6. Hey, what's the next point saying?
Sarah and Maria are entitled to a monthly salary of 10,000 each. The salaries were paid during the year and are included in salaries and wages. So what you're going to have to do, you're going to have to minus 20,000 from salaries and wages and make them their own thing because they're members.
Very good. Okay, but this is per month. So what must I do? It's 10,000 times 12 months times 2. Do you agree?
Yes.
Okay, because I've got salaries to members as a separate account, that needs to be shown separately. Okay, be careful, that's disclosure. Right, so you're right, you need to take it out of salaries and wages, so I take it out of the one, and then I show it separately as another. Okay, so what do I get? 10,000 times 12 times 2 is 240. Got that? Is that okay?
Yeah.
What's next?
Income tax for the year that must income tax for the year that must still be recorded amount to 52,752, which you may assume to be correct. So income tax must still be recorded.
Where?
Won't it be under the income tax of the year? So under the profit?
Exactly. So 52,752 is going to be what?
You're going to have to increase
tax that you're going to
yes.
process for the year. Do you agree?
Yes.
So the difference is going to be seen as a liability. I don't need the liability in this question because they didn't ask for the disclosure for the statement of financial position. Right, if I show that working, this would be an accrued SARS liability, or accrued expense, SARS tax liability. It's an amount that you haven't paid yet. Okay, but you weren't asked for that, because remember the disclosure is only looking at income and expenses. I'm not going to look at anything else. Got that?
Yes.
Okay, so, have I looked at everything?
Yes.
What do I need to do now?
Sum up.
Good. Okay, see, that's easy, Mark. So, literally, you need to add and subtract all of this. Gives me an answer. Cost of sales, I can work it out now. So, cost of sales is going to equal that answer there. And then gross profit would have been my sales minus my cost of sales. Other income, well, it just stays as that amount. That's my other income. Other expenses, okay, well, a lot of these stay the same. 8640, 12,800, 6,600, 14,300. Okay, insurance needs to change. Advertising stays the same. Credit losses is 6 plus 3 is 9. And that's it. Okay, so add up all your expenses. If I sum up all of that, I get that answer. So there's my other expenses.
Yes.
There's my other income. and there's my gross profit. Okay, to get my profit before tax, I'm going to do what? Gross profit plus income minus expenses. Do you agree?
Yes.
Okay, so it's this plus that minus this gives me that figure over there. Right, last bit is just to take that and subtract your tax. Okay, remember in accounting, negatives are shown in brackets. So obviously income tax will be in a bracket, other expenses will be in a bracket. Those are expenses.
Yes.
Okay, and that concludes this question.
Okay. That was easy enough.
That was very easy as long as you're comfortable with FAC1601 basics, adjustments, prepaid expenses, depreciation. Okay, accrued expenses, calculating interest. That's why I said when you do see a CC question, you should actually be happy because it's basically testing your 1502 knowledge, but obviously applied to closed corporations. The only thing different with the CC is members are separate, that's all.
Yes.
And that's 25 marks. That's a quarter of the paper.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, so the thing is, passing shouldn't be a problem. You just need to practice your basics. Okay,
yeah.
Basics are so important. I mean, like, what I did here was pretty straightforward. All I did is I just applied my basics. I need to know, out of these accounts, what are they? Are they assets, expenses, income, liabilities, capital, drawings? Which of the 6? And then I'm focusing on this, disclosure. So if I'm looking at statement of comprehensive income, all I want is income and expenses, that's it. And then I just focus my attention on it.
Yeah.